Hello!
Hello. Howdy doody.
Howdy, welcome to episode 6 of Exandria and Nimmy Adventurers. Need to more catch your name. Doesn't matter. Recap's brought to you by...
Exandria, Nimmy.
Yep, that's it. Recap's brought to you by Elliot Apeson. Go.
Nice. Okay, so in our last session, we started the session heading down to the sewers. And we headed to the sewers, we went down, and then there was not particularly light, so we had to explore, and we didn't really know where we were going. So we took a lot of meandering turns, looking for the Marquise, and we hit a couple of dead ends. But we then encountered the Rat King, who promised to tell us where the band, these villains were with the Marquise, if we found him some friends. So when he said friends, we knew that meant rats. So we decided to go and find some rats, captured a couple of rats, gave them to him, and he then told us that the Marquise was being held to the far west in the sewers. We went double back to this place, and we encountered the people waiting for us. I can't remember their names, so my apologies. But they were sat waiting for us as if they'd been watching us the whole time. The Marquise is alive, but he's clearly been injured, and the boss man, who we'd not met before, was stood next to the cat dude that we'd met before. And he was being very jovial and saying he wouldn't give him back unless we did something for him, or we gave him lots of money, or other. We tried to negotiate with him, and eventually Rafe, decided in infinite wisdom to make a blood pact with this gentleman in exchange for the Marquise's life upon the delivery of a person, dead or alive, and this person was Baron something. I can't remember again.
Hornlake. Hornlake.
I'm super shit with names, but yes, Baron Hornlake, something Hornlake. Dodge is killing himself. So we've got to find the dude, and if we find the dude, bring him back alive or dead, then he will give us the Marquise. And that is how we ended the session. But one major caveat is that Rafe, who is not played by me, gave an extremely specific series of events in this blood pact, and as a retcon, we will insert names very specifically into the blood pact so that Rafe doesn't die spontaneously.
Retcon? I'm
pretty sure we're going to be doing that.
I will accept that you said the actual name of the person,
yes,
Bradel Hornlake, and not just what's his name. Everything else is on the cards.
Yeah. I don't think I missed anything, but let me know.
Excellent. There was one key thing missed from the very first thing. Before you met the Rat King, you headed north through the sewers and saw some sort of creature munching away on something, and you quickly scarpered.
Sorry about that.
That's apart from that. Oh, and also the Rat King was promised a second friend and never delivered.
Oh yeah.
So there you are.
Definitely.
They're going to come back to bite us.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha. Cool. And then you went to the Siren Sip. You long rested, and that is all we will pick up. So I'll bring you in to the Siren Sip.
Well, it's nice to have a working
I can hear me.
setup again.
Well, I'm not
And
quite
yeah,
sure.
game's yours.
Is it the morning now then, yeah?
It is.
I'm not quite sure why I did that now. I've slept on it, and I've decided that my decision to do the Black Pack was probably a bad idea.
I mean, man, we probably couldn't have got him back any other way, so no one
It
else
works
had
for
any.
me.
Or sometimes, my philosophy to life is just one step in front of the other. Just go with the flow. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And anyway, Who knows? This guy we're about to capture, or whatever we're gonna do, might be a bad guy. You never know. Either way.
Well, if he's not, then you will die, I guess, or something.
Well, I must admit, my allegiance is to doing all things good is sometimes wavers, but I do try to stay on the right side of good.
Tell that to Bradle Hornlake, man.
Yeah, you know, life for life. Who knows? Maybe we'll be handsomely rewarded for this.
I believe the rules are that we only have to deliver him alive.
I suppose it's not therefore
Yeah,
our
man. Well, we
responsibility.
totally know he's going to be killed. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he did say he's gonna kill him straight away.
But once he does deliver us the Marquis, we can defend our friend, well, or foe, whatever he ends up being. We can defend Meira's friend and stop our, well, person who is against us from killing him.
powerful than us. Dude, I think he's going to fucking wreck us, man.
I was thinking, if somebody kills the guy before we deliver him, do I die?
Not
So
if
if
you
we-
take him dead.
If we
You're
take...
still gonna take it. You can take his body dead.
No, I don't mean that. If the guy I did the blood pact with gets killed by something else in the meantime, does that invalidate the blood pact?
I think we need to find
I
some
do
kind of blood
not
pact
manage it.
expert.
I think we.
Yes, you can. What was the question? Sorry.
If one person who is in a blood pact with someone else dies, does that void the blood pact?
Let's go find that
You
out.
can make me an Arcana check, please.
Thank you.
$17, and the question was if someone in a blood pact dies, then it depends on the blood pact. From your understanding, you're not super familiar, and this is definitely something new to you, but from what you'd understand by just contracts and pacts in general, it would depend on whether the pact had something to do with their being alive.
Okay.
Your specific case, I have to read it over exactly again.
Doesn't it
I
says-
do not believe there is any agreement that either party should remain alive.
Indeed. So, if he is killed before I deliver the body, then
Then you would be free of your pact.
indeed. I
Dude,
just
let's
said
do that. Let's fucking kill him, man.
Let me just quickly reread the terms.
I said we make a blood oath that will secure the Marquis in perfect health and alive immediately after we provide a head or live body of what's his name. And you will allow
That's-
me.
That's where it gets tricky. Because if you don't bring Bradle's Bradle Hornlake's body, or in person, alive or dead, if you don't bring him to him, then you break the pact. So, but again, it's hard to know because you don't really understand this form of magic. That's all.
If I was not Spike, I could definitely argue this clause, but Spike has no cares in the world about this, so.
But Spike is not a lawyer,
Nope.
There is.
Right, I think
and blood oaths don't exist in real life.
just because my life is kind of on the in the mix here, can we maybe go score and get this guy, deliver him, and just do this?
I'm sure there is a local wizard who can help us find the best way.
I mean,
Maybe we go read or some shit, read up on this blood pact shit. Maybe that's a thing.
I think we also need to find out about Bradle Hornlake.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I want to find out about him. What if he's a super charitable dude, makes goodwill gift to the poor? I feel
Well, if he's
terrible.
super charitable, then maybe he'll understand. We can explain to him. But if he's not, then he's not.
I don't think it's that fucking charitable that he just lets us kill him.
No, not kill him, but we might be able to hatch a plan. Is what I mean.
Maybe.
We could go. What do you have?
Sorry, Charlie, you're cutting out, mate.
Yeah, you can't.
What do you have in mind, Kate?
I just mean we can ask around about him. I mean, what type of person do you think he was, Meira? I don't know, what kind of impressions did you get? Also, if we are going to capture the guy, we're going to have to find out where he lives, find out, other things about him, like, his security and all that. So, at the end of the day, either way, we probably need to find out a bit about Bradel Hornlake and who he is, what he is.
I don't feel super comfortable about capturing him, seeing as
neither
he's
do
like, well, I wouldn't say a mate. Like, we met, we danced badly. I tried to flirt with him badly. It didn't go very well. But I don't think that's a good enough reason to hand him over to the dark side.
I absolutely agree. No, I absolutely agree. I think it's a terrible idea. What I'm saying is we need to figure something out. At the end of the day, we need to bring him. Or either our options are bring Bradel Hornlake, well, as far as I can tell, bring Bradel Hornlake, either dead or alive, preferably alive, and we'll try and keep him alive, to what's his face, and then, or just go back without him and kill him. I mean, either way, either we go back without him and we kill him, or try and kill him, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then old, Rafe here has his blood sucked out of him.
I think we need to go and chat to Bradel about what's happened and see if he knows anything as to why these myriad gang members want him to be dead, and if he then will come with us or if he just runs away.
I think there's two problems with this plan. Number one, we're not meeting the guy at the place. He said he will find us when we are ready, so that's a bit fucky. And then point number two is if we tell this guy about the thing, he is most definitely not going to want to go. And we fuck ourselves, or rather we fuck our friend here. I'd rather this guy live than random merchant man, so let's...
We're not totally random,
make sure we know what we're doing.
Spoken with him, like, it's not like a total rogue, and I'm not completely against assassinating people, but assassinating innocents that I know. I mean, maybe he's not an innocent, but
that's why I think we need to find some stuff about him. Can I also say something very quickly?
Asking around about him and then he disappears, then who do you reckon they're going to suspect? If we're like, oh, who's this Bradel Hornlake blokey? And we need to be careful who we ask and how we do it. Else we're going to implicate ourselves.
Perhaps we could buy one of those racing pigs and name it Bradel Hornlake, or whatever his name is.
What is his name?
There's nothing in the contract that stipulates that we must deliver the Bradel Hornlake that the individual is talking about.
I think it was implied.
Maybe if we do the snooping, we keep it on the down low.
Yeah, I like that. Down low.
Also,
Way down low.
I can snoop on the down low.
can we make sure that any of our schemes don't inevitably end in my death, please? Because if we try and fuck this guy over and I just literally exsanguinate right there and then, I'm not going to be very happy.
Might be dead. You won't know.
No, I mean that I'd be really unhappy.
Can I also make a suggestion? They seem to have followers and ears everywhere, so maybe we should take this conversation upstairs.
Oh.
Might be a bit late now.
Well, it might be, but we haven't actually hashed a plan, have we?
Can we assume that we have been talking not
I have been trying to say that for a little while.
What?
No, you cannot assume that because you've been openly speaking in the room.
Oh, well, great.
Well,
I would have taken it if you said, in a quiet voice I said this, but you've just been out in the open.
straight from 0 to
Perhaps
Anyone
we-
look- I do like an insight check to see if anyone's giving us some strange looks. Or
Yeah, is anyone?
Yeah, can I do an insight
in
check
the cups
or
or whatever.
Well,
perception
Yeah.
or whatever?
It'd be perceptions for whoever wants to roll them, two of you, so I guess that would be Spike and Gwen.
Perhaps we could also speak to the captain about this. Maybe she would have a plan.
Oh yes,
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
person.
They could take the top one.
Can we
Given
now
the-
start talking in small voices so anything from here on
Maybe we
Not
should
be.
go upstairs.
well
we
be
notice
more
it?
difficult, or we just go upstairs?
Did Gwendolyn notice anyone?
When, as you look around, there's a few people in here, like eating breakfast, maybe having a few mugs while they're at it. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be that much like attention drawn to you. Nothing out of the ordinary, at least. And you don't see any kind of shadier individuals about. So you feel pretty comfortable that in your less than stealthiness, it seems to have gone
Okay. Well,
unnoticed for now.
I guess
What do we?
Let's go.
What do we think?
Upstairs.
Should? Oh, okay. We go upstairs. Fine.
Can we retire to someone's room, please?
Nice.
I'm happy to offer mine.
Yep, so you guys head upstairs into someone's room.
Do you have that map, George?
No.
Anyway, I believe that we should speak to the captain.
What
They
about?
would.
Dude, are you just gonna like tip her off?
Well, it could be good because sure she prefer Marquise over this fat merchant. So if we accidentally kill him, maybe we get a free pass.
I agree.
she might
Further
be
to
able
that point, the captain seemed pretty adamant on wanting the Marquis back, and they may be able to help us, even if it means subduing this individual who we need to bring back to
Maybe-
this other individual.
Dude, like maybe we should like go and sneaky observe this Bradel guy and find out how well liked he is, or if he's like a big man around town, or whether no one likes him, and maybe then we can decide which approach.
That's exactly what I said at the beginning when I said we need to find out some stuff about Bradel Horn Lake.
Yeah, but sneaky, not like just asking about.
That's what I meant. I meant sneaky.
So if we think that he's not a nice man, that justifies us killing him and bringing him to this
It would help, and
individual.
also if you want to go talk to the captain, they might be related. Might be her best friend. To find these things out.
Maybe we
Sanjay?
find Mage more about this blood pact thing, eh?
That could be a good idea.
The way that I see it, there are three things that need to be achieved. One, we need to follow this. What is his name?
Bradel, Horn Lake.
We need two people to follow Bradel. We need two people to find out more about this curse, and we need two people to speak to the captain. Agreed?
I don't know if. Why not just ask around? If he's a clever merchant man, he won't be doing any naughty thing. He get his lackeys to do it.
Can I recall when I spoke with him at the pig racing, any names or faces of any of his associates, colleagues who were there with him at the same time?
Yeah. Make me a history check. It's not going to be difficult. It was only a few days ago.
Histoire. One moment, please. I only have one hand available. Bar.
I thought the idea was not to ask around because it will implicate us when he inevitably dies.
If there's less of us asking around, then it's less likely to come back to him in a negative way.
You
no
think
offense,
back
but
to,
I think people are going to know what's happening because the Marquis is going to be stood there when we hand him over.
You think back, Meira, you think back to your meeting of Bradel Horn Lake. He's around 50-year-olds, kind of salt and pepper, black and whitish hair, pretty nobleman's dress sense. Yeah, he was a pretty. I do have a picture of him. Hold on, I'll send it over in a minute.
I thought he was
Where was
sexy.
I? He is a sexy looking. He's a sexy looking man, thanks to Midjourney. He did have a couple of companions with him. He had one friend who looked similar in station, or maybe just kind of, what should we call it, helper, or I don't know, attendant. I don't know, but he introduced himself as Tawan Frostway, and they had another person with them who was a half orc, and they just introduced him as basically a guard with no name. Not that you picked up. So yeah, you do remember he had an entourage with him. Let me see if I can get you the picture of him. I'll put it in the chat in a minute. But yeah, that's what you remember. You did, yeah.
And I didn't ask them anything about where they were staying or anything like that, did I? They weren't from. I remember asking them they weren't from here. They'd just come for the party.
Yes, one thing you do recall is he said he was from the city of Oath, which is to the north of here.
Okay, yeah.
Well, north. Ish. North-ish.
But I didn't ask them where they were staying. That would have been creepy. Why would I have done that?
True.
Unless I want to just turn up in his bedroom, which might have gone better than trying to dance with him.
Where are you staying, huh?
I wonder why this guy doesn't just go and kill him himself.
Why bother when you can get...
Yeah, we needed it.
Maybe
I still stand by that we must split into 3 groups. I think that would be the best course of action for us to pool our resources.
Alright, that guy's...
Always good looking. Looks like Henry Cavill.
He does.
Hi, boy!
Dude, like, I'm like there on the like
Whoa.
splitting up, but I'm not sure about telling the captain straight off. I feel that's a decision for later. I don't want to go and run off to the captain.
Yeah, we can leave the captain option open for a bit longer and not do that one yet.
Very well. Casper disagrees, but sure.
A baby in the corner of the pub cries.
No, I'm not sure if I'm like assuming something here, man. But like, do you have like a connection to like some nefarious people in the city? Maybe I got that vibe.
Yes.
Well, just like it seems like you know people, man. Like, is there anyone you can go talk to, like, to find out information?
Off grid.
There is someone who I don't know the people in this city particularly well. This version. There is someone who I spoke to about getting some information before. Yeah. It's all secret though, so I can't really talk to you about it.
Well, maybe secret's good. Like, at least I don't want to be asking open questions. You know, man. It's pretty obvious to be like.
But like, if I did go and try to find some information out from somebody, there's a huge cost, and I have to go alone. Like, I can't tell you anything about the person who is my contact, and I can't take you with me. I can't find where they live with anybody else. I have to go away.
Fine.
I mean, that seems okay if you're happy to go.
I mean, there's only a certain amount of times that I could probably do without unintentionally exposing this person, because I don't know who's following me. I try and sneak around as much as I can without getting anybody to follow me, but some people are invisible. So I probably have one more shot with this contact before they disappear. So I could go and ask some questions, but that would be it. I think we wouldn't be able to go again.
Very well. I say you should go.
Sounds good to me.
We don't plan on spending that much longer in this city, do we? Anyway?
I guess
I
not.
don't know, man. It seems like we all want to go to different places, so who knows?
I reckon after that we can come to some agreement about where we want to go.
Mm.
Our paths may change anyway with this Marquis bullshit.
Yes.
I feel like we're deciding my literal life here. But
Well, what do you think, my dear
I don't
friend?
know. I'm a little bit lost. I think the decision to do anything has sort of dawned on me that I might die now. Anyway, I quite like
We're
to just
going to
go.
do everything we can for that to not happen. You've got to get your little icy flowers to your pals, haven't you? That's really posh.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to miss that. It's not like my life's. It's like my life's mission now, I suppose. I'm just gonna go up and if we don't find anything, I'm just gonna go into his house and kill him and bring him home. That's what I'll do. Whether you come with me or not, I'll just fuck him
We
up.
just don't know where his house is.
Well, we know the city. You said it was in
So,
that place. I'll just go there
I
and
imagine
shoot
he's
him in the
still
face
here,
and
right?
kill him.
From the
back.
party.
I would assume he was still here.
You might have.
I can go and find out where he is. I can do that.
maybe we should like go and ask the Marquis's widow or whoever sent out the invitations, or like maybe
But
like
for
their
all-
friends, right? Maybe there's some, I don't know.
Well,
I
we
wonder if
could.
can get, like,
For all we know, she could be in on the act. I would not trust the Marquis's widow just yet.
We could.
Same with the captain.
I'd also like to say she's not quite a widow yet.
Marquis's wife, still, I guess. Yes.
If that
another
doesn't become the case, that's what we're trying to avoid.
another thing we need to remember is that we haven't told anyone that we've actually found the Marquise alive. So for everyone's intents and purposes, we could go to the northern gate and see if on their manifest there's actually been anyone travel to the north. So we could just be say we're looking for the Marquise and then check with the guards if anyone's passed through, and they might just think that we're carrying on looking for him. No one's going to be suspicious of us until we start talking about another person other than the Marquise, because everyone thinks we're looking for him. We could even say that we suspect that the Baron is the suspect. To go and get the guards to track him down for us.
Yes, that is a good plan. But I would not want any more people to hate on this poor Baron unnecessarily. So
He's not a Baron.
We could just
whatever he is.
even more funny. We could frame him, get him to be killed, and then take his head to the Marquis. Just get the guards to kill him.
Such an attractive head, though. It'd be a shame.
We don't even need to be part of it at all. Once he's dead, then the Marquis appears a few hours later. It's going to look like we actually did the job.
At the end of the
I think
day,
I need a better reason for this man to be dead. I don't necessarily need much of a reason, but I need a better reason.
I agree.
There's a reason. I do think there's a reason. There's obviously a reason why the Myriad want him dead in the first place. We probably need to try and figure that out a little bit. Possibly should have asked that when we were down there, but it's too late.
Or Schwartz,
As far as I'm aware, Myriad is not good guys, though. We don't want to be doing the bidding of the Myriad.
No, absolutely.
And as far as I'm aware, we can ask those kinds of questions. Well, you can ask those kinds of questions, Meira, with your contact.
Well, yeah, just to see if... Yeah.
I say, I put my vote to Meira going to her contact.
Yes, let's have a extended breakfast and see what you find.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I said, this is a last shot, and he may not give me any information. He doesn't owe me anything, so.
Well, dude, we have like diddly crap right now, so it's gotta be better than that.
Yes.
Fair enough. We'll have to try, as you said.
Dodge going, shit. I didn't plan for this. I didn't
plan for any of this. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
At least we haven't just.
I didn't plan for this guy that I generated and made in my entire life to also now be a Baron either. But you know that's somehow that's canon somehow.
My bad. Well, Elliot's bad, and my bad.
Baron, Bradle.
Let's just leave and go to another town.
He's a Baron now, did I?
Yes. Talk about questions that we need to ask. Use the little boy's room.
No. Ooh.
So, like, Meira, I think we should, like, if you can, like, try and find out why Bradle is of interest to the Myriad. If he's doing anything shady.
Yeah.
What the
I can
motive is
definitely-
there.
Yeah.
And if possible, where he's staying in town.
Yeah.
Something like that, or where he might be.
And maybe what his general appearance is, like what people generally think of him, like his
Perception of
gossip travels and all the rest of it.
Yeah. Like, what he's known for, whether he's popular, who his friends are, why he might have enemies.
How long is he staying in town? And where does he live in Oath?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about people thinking the wrong thing about us investigating him, because the Marquis is gonna know.
Yes.
Yeah,
the Marquis is unless they cut his ears off and stuff them full of cotton wool. Yes, you're right.
Well, he's already knows unless they cut his tongue out, so we can't tell anyone.
We could do that.
From writing.
Plot twist: we can just kill the Marquis.
Yeah.
Alright, Meira, we'll wait here. You come and tell us what you find.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, guys. I'll do my best, sneakiest best that I can do.
You do it. Roll
with
high.
A baby inside.
I think it's an asset.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna go and visit that same guy that I did before to get a bit of information about Spider who I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and not be seen on the journey there. I can't remember what his name is, you know. I didn't write it down. I mean, Meira will remember, but Lucy can't remember.
Make a history check. Yeah.
That's the kind of information she would remember. The history might let me down on this one. Oh, no, history.
You were given the name Brotor.
Yeah.
Whether that's the real name of this individual. Yeah, Brotor. You don't. Whether that's real, who knows?
What's up, bro?
I mean, it may well not be real. I'm used to people not giving me their real names.
I'm gonna before Meira goes, I'm gonna give her 20 gold from my pack as like hush money or bribe money.
Wow.
Okay, so you are walking through the streets, heading kind of east of the marketplace, where you went in the same way before. You said you're
I'm
trying to
trying
be
really hard.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Yep. Make me a stealth check, please.
Snack is snack.
Snake.
Nah.
Egg. Snake.
Snack.
Oh, not
Okay.
that snake.
So you're sneaking on through. And it takes you about half an hour or so. Is anyone doing anything else in this time, or are you just
They're having
eating
a lesson.
food and waiting?
Do we go back
Then
the
downstairs?
breakfast.
I'd like to go up to the bar keeper and ask him a couple of questions. That's alright.
Sure. Same dwarf barkeeper. Like, Spike, what? It's a bit early for Vega, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I'm not
It's
here for
good.
Vegas. Too,
No, he puts the cork back in the back of the bottle.
later, man. Later. You know I'll be here later, dude. So, like, as you know, I'm like a super cool, badass musician. I was wondering, are there any like upmarket pubs or taverns that might, take on a bard or appreciate some music? I don't know the city that well.
Are you not appreciative of my stay here?
I'm looking for like. I just love to play, man, and I want to play here. I want to play everywhere. I just want to get the music out there. Is there anywhere else that's like good for playing music in this town?
I mean, I'm not really in the market for giving away business to competitors. So, what are you going to do to make this better for me? I don't really want to send you, who are staying here on the Marquise's dime, admittedly, which is probably a bit more finite than it used to be, and give that money away.
Dude,
Is this your first business transaction? This is
Yeah, man.
pretty strange request.
I love the music and the business, but I just really want to play, and it just seemed like you're a cool guy, and you'd probably know where
could
else
play
you
here.
can- No, dude, I want to play here. I just want to play everywhere. I just want to like get the vibes out there. So like, I mean, maybe I could play here like for free a couple of nights in return for some information about where else is good for music in this town.
I mean, there are a number of places where bards like yourself play. There's the Happy Coast Bar.
Happy Coast Bar's a fun name.
Sounds like a tiki
Yeah,
bar.
It's a pretty... It's right... Well, you wouldn't believe it's right on the coast, but it's where most of the sailors go. It gets a bit rowdy in there sometimes.
Sounds fun.
There's the Glowing Rose, which is a bit closer.
The Glowing
Glowing-
Rose. Sounds kind
Glowing
of like
Rose.
I don't know. Sounds like a naughty place. But okay, cool.
It's... I mean, there are a selection of those too, if you wanted to go to those, but you asked me...
I mean, if they have good music, I just want to play the music, man. I just want to like get.
They have music, but I mean it's more kind of bass line and ambience, but they do have it.
What
but
about any like high-end places? I'm thinking for like my mate Soulia, who's a bit more upmarket than
the Glowing Rose is probably the most high-end establishment in the city. It costs a fair coin, but it's close to the marketplace, well established. A lot of visitors stay there.
Right. Thanks, man. I'll totally. Well, maybe this evening I can play some songs this evening if that's the vibe. If you'd like me to, I'm totally up for that.
Didn't you just ask me to know where you?
Oh, pretty well.
Are you sure you don't need a shot of Vega? Are you? I'm not sure if your head's straight yet.
Okay. Cheers, man. No, I just wander
Hey.
away. Very
He just looks. He's just there, like one ragged hand and just stunlocked. Like, what just happened?
So it's sad.
I give a slight smile, knowing that someone considers me high market. It's nice
Well,
thing to
you
say.
maybe didn't. It depends if you heard this, because I don't know if we're
Well.
in the room or whatever. But I'm gonna go back to wherever we are and be like, so I heard about this like kick-ass place called the Glowing Rose, which is apparently like super duper fancy. Maybe we should check it out for like places where high-end guests might be staying. Maybe this Bradel Horn blokey may visit there. Seems like his kind of vibe. If Meira strikes out.
Yeah.
I believe we should wait until Meira returns, otherwise she will not know where we've gone.
Definitely.
What
No,
happened to your California accent, by the
I
way?
can't do it. I just can't talk like that. I will do a vernacular. I just cannot. I just can't talk in an accent because I just can't say anything. So I spend all my time trying to work out how to say it in an accent, and then I say nothing. So I'm not doing it, Charlie. Thank you.
Oh, rubbish,
I tried.
rubbish.
Top of the morning to you.
I can't talk.
Oh, did you give disinspiration?
I'll talk in
Sorry,
like,
Katie,
I'll
welcome
add, like,
back.
phrase words, but I just can't talk in the accent.
Yeah, it is massively distracting. I will agree, but it's fun.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't find it fun because I just spend all my time trying to work out how to say something, and then the moments pass. It's like I'm talking in a foreign language.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I started
So,
it with the satyr that I was playing, but I just didn't pick up.
anyone else doing anything before we move over to
No.
Meira's?
Anyone?
I'm going to tend to my flower.
It's dead. It's just so dead. No, it's fine. It's still there. It's still giving off like a little bit of cold from what you remember the nymph saying, or just nymph in general. That it would be fine for like days and days, but if you got to like the weeks or months territory, it might start to get a bit on the dead zone. But we can cross that bridge as we get closer to it. Meira, you sneaking on through the side streets of Phelan, feeling pretty quiet as you go. Takes about half an hour or so, and you've reached the same door that you rapped upon last time.
How did I get in last time? Did I do like a special door knock or something? Or did I just knock on the door?
I think you just knocked. I don't remember a special knock.
Okay, I approached the door and attempt to knock in the same way as I did before, whether it was special or not.
A few
He had
moments
like
passed.
900 locks or something on the inside of it, didn't he?
He did indeed. Yeah, a few moments pass, and then you hear like a few clomps towards the door. Just hear, yeah, what? What is it?
My dear friend, whose name has already escaped me. Brotor. My dear friend Brotor. Friend? I'm not going to say friend, scratch that. My colleague, Brotor. I know that I'm overstepping the line here because I've already been here once. I don't believe that I've been followed. I need some information about someone.
Make me a persuasion check. There's a long pause behind the door as you're kind of waiting there in the sun, just kind of, and then you start to hear the sliding of bolts and unclasping of clasps. Takes a few moments, and then the door swings open. He looks at you and says, "Get in, quick."
I do.
Slams the door shut behind, starts doing up all the latches again as before, and the half-orc gentleman turns to you once again, and doesn't look extremely happy to see you. He kind of he's got the face on. He looks at you and he says, "I said to you last time that we never met, so why are you back?"
Well, we didn't meet this time either. I'll pay you handsomely for your information, and you will literally never see me again. That I can promise you this time. I'm aware of how dangerous it is to visit somebody twice for information, especially in our particular line of work. I need some information about a gentleman who may or may not be a baron called Bradel Hornlake. Have you heard of him?
I don't know of a Baron Hornlake. I know of a Bradel Hornlake.
Well, he's probably not a baron then. I wanted to know. I'm aware that he's involved, wrapped up in some myriad drama, and I wanted to know why he's managed to get on their bad side, or whether he's involved with them intentionally. I don't know. But I know that they are fucked off with him for some reason.
It's extremely dangerous information that you're asking for. Are you sure? It'll cost you, and it'll cost you a lot.
Cash?
Yes.
I can probably give you some silver or some jewellery or something, if you like.
No, I don't deal in jewellery. I don't need a fence. I just want the cold money.
Alright, cash.
What exactly do you want to know about Bradel Hornwick?
Just that. I want to know why he's wrapped up with the Myriad and what he's done to fuck them off. I also want to know where he's staying.
Now that'll cost extra too, because I don't know what you want to do with that information.
And I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with that information because you don't need to know.
Seems pretty rich that you come to me begging for information, but I'm
Not begging, I'm happy to pay for it.
I know where he's staying in the city. I know what he's been accused of. And that information will cost you 80 gold pieces. And then we will never, ever see each other again.
And I don't even know who you are.
Well, it's funny you'd come to knocking to the same house twice to a person you never met.
No one's seen me.
That you know of.
That I know of, but I have the skills and the wherewithal to make, if somebody has seen me, I can make them disappear too. So I wouldn't worry too much, Brotor.
Jeez.
Wonder who gave you that name. Fine, 80 gold pieces. I'll do the same trick. I'll write it on a piece of paper, and then we'll burn it, and then you can go your separate way. And then I'll leave this city for a time.
Okay, no problem. I'm so poor now. Oh, actually, I had 20 from... Do you have 20 from you,
Yeah,
Spike?
that's right.
20. Okay. 80 gold.
I'll pay you back as well.
Oh, okay.
As if my life depends on it.
So what's 80 divided by... How many was all this?
Well, just take the 80 for now, and then you can sort it out, because you don't... The gold doesn't magically teleport, unfortunately. Not Baldur's Gate 3, this one.
What? Just open up all our
So you can sort-
inventories.
Yeah,
I have the
fine,
money
well-
from Spike, though, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
And then notice all of our stuff is in Pete's bags.
Yeah.
Human Hoover.
Okay, so 20 gold from Spike's character sheet, and then 60
Yeah.
from Meira's. He would go behind his desk and start writing on parchment in a similar vein as to what he did before.
He knows a lot. Do I? I don't know. I can't ask anything about him, obviously. It's just very interesting that he knows a lot.
So, what does he write? What does he tell you? Okay, so he would, begin writing, parchment to paper. A few minutes would pass. It seems like he's writing a fair amount, to be fair. And eventually he would hand the paper over to you. And it would say something, I don't have an exact writing of it, because, I mean, can't plan for this one. So, it would be written that Bradel Hornlake and his entourage are staying at the Glowing Rose.
Oh, how coincidental!
In the marketplace, due to leave in a few days' time, but that may have been brought forward due to the disappearance of the Marquise. In terms of dealings with Myriad, he is a Lord of Oath, is Bradel Hornlake. And he got that kind of way by being a pretty skilled trader, and I don't want to use the word influencer, but that is the kind of thing that he does. But that word is cursed now forever. Very charismatic. Charismatic individual. Like, his Instagram posts make millions. He deals in a lot of exotic goods, including the retrieval of
How does he deal?
The note would only say magical items, and has most recently started to encroach on myriad ground and kind of turf inside of Oath, to the point of there is now a bounty on his head.
Is it county lines issue, is what you're saying?
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, very much, yeah. Once you have read all of the paper, the half-orc would look at you and say, you understood? I didn't hear you if you said anything. Yeah, cool. And then he would take the paper from you and then burn it. And he would say, right, you're going to have to let yourself out. I have packing to do.
Off somewhere.
Yeah, I can't stay here now.
But nobody followed me. What do you mean you can't stay here now? Don't be a
How do you know no one followed you? You're obviously dealing with the myriad, so they have eyes on you. And he would just start, it's almost as if he's done this quite a few times. All of this stuff kind of folds away quite quickly. And can you make me a perception check on it?
Yeah. Of course.
A dagger flies past her head and hits him square in the eyes.
Not much to notice on that one. So, yeah, it seems that he's done this before. His stuff seems very mobile, and as you go to the door, he's probably not that close to being ready to go.
That's impressive, man. Quick pack up. I approve.
He just looks up at you quickly, and then just carries back on.
Not friendly. Understood. I unbolt all of his bolts, and as I do, I say, "You probably want to bolt some of these after me, so that no one lets
Not my
himself in."
problem. I'm not staying here anymore.
All right. Well, thanks for the party, man. Safe travels.
Safe travels to you as well, stranger.
Stranger indeed. I check the street to see if there's anybody obvious. I mean, I know that the myriad, if they're following me, they won't just be stood in the street waiting for me to come out of this house. But
Yeah, no.
and I see any robes that I recognise, any flashes of red or anything from there.
Make me a perception check, please.
Before I leave.
Look how we've got the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme tune going on in my head.
Yeah, this isn't the right music, but I got the first one I picked was really bad. Yeah, the first one was this. We'll play it in a minute. You're pretty confident as you look around that there doesn't appear to be anyone looking at you.
I draw my hood over my head to shroud my face, and I disappear into the street.
Excellente. And more time would pass, eventually another half hour or so, as you would eventually return back into the Siren's Sip.
I go not the same way. Every single time that I've been or returned from her house, I haven't gone the same streets. I haven't travelled the same way.
Makes sense.
Snake.
Okay.
Are the guys in the main room, or are they in somewhere?
I imagine they're still in the same bedroomy area, unless they're out in the open now. But that's up to them.
I'm kicking back in the bedroom.
Yeah, why not?
I'm using a stick to pick out dirt from beneath my fingernails.
Enjoying your last few hours on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Good timing on that, Rafe. As you look down at your fingernails, you notice the mark that has been left on your arm. That's kind of tattoo-like, but has a... it's almost like a pulse. It does kind of grow in and out of dark shades of blacks and greys.
I twist my hand around it and sort of squeeze and sort of as if there is some sort of as if I'm in pain in that particular part of my body, but it's not. It's just
no, there's no pain. There wasn't even any pain when it kind of attached itself to you.
feel deep regret.
I'm trying to remember exactly what I said it looked like, but that kind of is gone now. Brain.
Some sort of symbol.
It was, and I've forgotten it, but I can find that out later. But yeah, essentially, it's there. It was on both yours and his arm, to be fair, as the
Nice.
kind of tendrils sprung up around. But yeah, that's you.
Did you notice any other blood-packed marks on his arms when you shook his hand?
No, I don't believe so. Hurdy-gurdy. Did I notice anything, Doug?
You can make me a retroactive perception check, but it'd be quite difficult, considering you don't have dark vision either, and it was fairly dark in there. Not that you saw.
Okay. No, I don't think so. I think this is the only blood pact he has active at this moment. I think you should only really have one at a time. Anyway, is that Meira? She back? How do you get on?
Yeah, not too bad. Spooked the fuck out of that guy though. Never seeing him again, but we knew that already.
Maybe for the best.
Why did you
Yeah,
have to
I
say?
mean, he doesn't want to see me, and I don't want to see him. I spent quite a lot of money on the information, so if I could have some cash contributions from you guys for
How much did you spend?
well, Spike gave me 80 and I gave him 60. No, 20. Spike gave me 20 and I gave him 60, so 80 in total.
You should have told me.
That's so much gold.
Gold, yeah, gold pieces. 80 gold he had for his information. I can't barter for that kind of thing too, it's too valuable.
Right, there you go, take 20 from me as well.
I only have 15 gold. Or I only have 15 gold. Did I miss something?
Oh, I was, I had some cash when I arrived.
We all got given 100 gold from the Marquis.
And you haven't spent yours. I spent half of mine on a jacket, and then 20 gold I just gave to Meira, so I am pretty poor now.
I've got 49 gold in total. I don't know if that's the right or not.
How much gold do you require?
Well, Spike gave me 20 gold and I gave it all to him, and then I gave 60 gold of my own money to him. But retrospectively, that is clearly not divided equally. I've given all of Spike's money away, and maybe we should reimburse Spike a bit too.
Well, I've
Spike.
just
How many
given
of
you
us are
20
there?
gold,
There's
I think.
6.
Spike, take 5 gold from me, and you can take 10.
Is that for
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
What is it? It's 80 divided by 80
Six.
divided by 6.
It's 13.
13 pounds. 13 gold. Well, I'll give you 15, and let's make sure it's shared evenly. I'll give
From
15
the
each,
remaining.
and then you can.
I only have 15 gold. I'll be
No, you got-
destitute.
Didn't you get
There's
100
always
gold
one.
from the Marquis? Did you add your 100 gold from the Marquis?
Either I spent it or
We
I
didn't get
don't
100
recall you
I
each.
spending
don't
any
think you
money.
did spend it.
We didn't
did
get
you?
100
Did you go
each,
to the
did we?
shop?
We didn't get 100 each.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I haven't added
I don't
that because I've only got 49. I haven't spent any of it.
I don't remember. I'd have to look through my notes. Hold on.
Well, I've got my notes.
And that means I've got 149 because I didn't spend anything.
If you got
Yeah,
100 each, I don't
somewhere.
remember. Hold on.
Did you not buy the flour?
No, giving it.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Oh no.
didn't spend it. They
No,
wanted
you-
time.
Yes, you were paid in time. Yeah,
And
Marquis
you bet-
paid
you bet
all
on the
characters
pigs.
100 gold.
You bet on the
You-
pig.
I thought so.
That's
100
also true.
each, so you should have. Plus the 100. And
Right.
I'll give you 15 gold as well.
as
And
will I.
15.
Please make sure your character sheets are updated. Thank you, please.
They are.
Yeah, no problem.
You
So-
use.
Sorry, I'm used to transactional information. That's a bit harsh of me to get you to pay up me before I've even said anything. It's just force of habit. Sorry, guys.
It's alright. A little note for next time. Tell us it's 100 gold and pocket the rest.
I mean, I'm transactional, but I will always be fair, particularly with you, who seem to be my. I don't know if we can call you my friends, but you're definitely my colleagues.
Definitely friends now.
Friends in cash. I know where they're staying. Bradel and his associates are staying at the Glowing Rose. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like...
Briefly when Spike mentioned it.
Spike mentioned it.
Just a minute
Is
ago.
this a pub?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Glowing Rose. Yeah. Apparently it's got like it's like an upmarket fancy place.
BRB.
Music there. Sounds pretty cool.
That would make sense. They're an upmarket kind of gang, I believe.
Did they tell you if he was evil or is it? What's he like?
I don't think he's evil. From what they could tell me, he's
Shall we go upstairs?
We were upstairs.
Oh, we're already upstairs. That's fine. As long as we made that very clear.
Sorry, the GM's not here right now,
Yeah, exactly.
so we can just
Anyway.
say, yeah, we went upstairs.
he's a Lord of Oath, which is where he makes his base for his business. He got that way by being charismatic, influencing others. He deals in not just sort of sensible trade items. He deals in some magical items too. And he's stomping on some myriad ground, basically, and they're not happy about it. It's effectively taking some business off them, and they're not keen on that. And so they want him out of the picture, which, as far as I can tell, means he's not necessarily a bad guy. He might be dealing in stuff that isn't good, but he's not, like, downright evil, as far as I can tell. I mean, you know, myriad aren't probably all downright evil either. They probably think they're doing the right thing in their own circle, but they seem far more shifty. The previous lot of information that I got from him was about them trading. Is it spice? What's their
Snood.
Sood.
Sood, not spice.
Sood.
Trading in snoods.
What I have written down.
What's spice? Is that Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spice, melange.
So yeah, I mean, they're effectively dealing in illegal substances, and he's dealing in magical items, which may or may not be illegal, but seems a bit less sus than the actual literal drug trade. So
Also,
I don't think he's doing bad stuff.
You could argue that the suit is magical. A magical item is.
Perhaps we could enlist his help.
Sorry, pause 1 second. When Gwen says that, Meira, can you make me a check? I just got to figure out what kind.
What?
I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet.
I thought I just didn't hear.
Why not a stealth check? You're really good at stealth.
Can you make me a history check, please?
What?
No.
Okay.
You look
So-
at my screen for the answers.
Yeah, because mine doesn't show up.
Last time that you spoke to this half-orc gentleman who gave you lots of secret information that you recall, Sood was mentioned in that conversation, and you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know it's an illegal drug. You know it has kind of crazy effects, and specifically it has effects towards the users of like arcane magic. The reason that is because of what it's made out of. It's made of like a heavily like arcane influenced material, which name is it's called residuum. The name of the material is residuum, and it's kind of sometimes used in the creation of powerful magical items, or like occasionally fuels like arcane aircraft, etc. But if refined in the proper way, then it causes this drug to come out. And there are different variants of it, mostly dealt in colours, and the colours kind of have different effects. I think they're brown, blue, and red, and they kind of have their own special effects. Highly sought after. But yeah, so when Gwen says it could be magical, that does kind of ring true to you, because technically it would be magical in nature.
So do I know that like magic users would use Sood as like an amplifier?
Yes, some on the, let's call it more rogue side of magic would potentially use it as an amplifier. However, it has pretty dire side effects and can kill you in large amounts, or not even large amounts. It can kill you in any amount, to be honest with you. Depends how it's made.
Have I ever used it before?
That is a question for you.
Okay, I will think about it. Okay.
Would I know about it from my old job in terms of legality?
Yeah, make me a history check as well.
Your old job. Tissue.
I've lost the game. Where's the game at?
Oh,
You definitely heard of it. I'd say you wouldn't be too familiar with it. You just know that it's an illegal substance, and that's about all you really know.
Would I have heard of it from a medical?
No, because it's definitely not medical. I'd say
That's
that
fine.
because of your sheltered upbringing, you probably wouldn't have heard this. And
Would I have
to be
heard of
fair, no. Just gonna give you a flat out no.
My
Here.
1 year of,
Maybe
my
we
1
should
year
ask
of memory on working on
Gwen.
the farm.
Gwen, the reason you wouldn't have heard of it from a medical standpoint, because it's not something that you really get sick with if you take too much. It's a case of you use it and it's all good and you feel rushed and energetic and more magical, or you die.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. There's no they'll get better after a few weeks in the hospital.
Yeah. Okay.
Would the barman have heard of it? You'd have to ask him. You'd have to ask him.
So I assume that when Brotor referred to magical items that what's his name? Bradel was dealing in is the drug or
that's not really clear at this point. It'd be that's up for you to decide.
Okay. There definitely is some crossover in terms of stomping
We
ground.
could go to the dude. We could totally go to the Glowing Rose place, and I could play some sick tunes, and the rest of you could scope out if this Bradel and his crew are there, and I don't know, try and get some more information, or maybe we could
Maybe we could say we've heard that he deals in magical items, and we're a band of adventurers that could go and we're looking for work. We could, or something like that. Start a conversation on that basis.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
What about
Very well.
the police chief as well? Maybe know something about him if he's a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That's all
It
right.
might be hard to ask without giving the game away, though.
Well, as you pointed out, the game's going to be given away awfully soon, and the person who can probably tell the guard to back down will be the Marquise we're about to save.
I agree.
So if we get if he does fuck us, then I guess we'll pivot at that point, and she didn't look that bad to take out anyway.
I don't agree.
We gotta roll the dice and see how it plays out. This is quite exciting.
Very well. Perhaps
Are we going
myself...
on an adventure?
Exactly.
We are most certainly
Pretty heist.
already on an adventure.
Perhaps myself and Rev could tend to the guard captain, given that was partially our intention before, and the rest of you head to the Rose and we will meet you there.
Okay,
Indeed.
but be
I think the road
Don't
is
be
a
suspicious.
evening thing.
I don't know. I the kind of vibe I get is that it's kind of an evening place, maybe.
well, especially if you want to do a gig, that's
Yeah,
definitely
I
an
wanna
evening
be
thing.
distracting and do that. Then
And we could probably move around in dark corners in shadows in the evening.
I sense your modesty fading. A gig is a gig, no matter what time of day.
You could start it.
Just because there won't be as many people during the day.
Nah, it's gotta be big. It's gotta be big.
That's literally a good reason as to why you would go in the evening, is there's more people.
Yeah, we definitely wanted. There's going to be more drinking in the evening, I expect. And that's probably
Drinking is
gonna work to our
required
benefit.
for the extraction of information, I would say.
Exactly.
Very well. Myself and, I was about to say Chingo then, so we know your name. Myself and Rev will make our way to the guards captain's
Alrighty.
place, and we will meet the rest of you at the Rose.
What time is it now, Dutch?
Oh, it's midday-ish.
I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't really matter to me what time it is, but I'm gonna be really trying to get my end away because this might be my last day on Earth. So urgent. So
I'm sure there's some good brothels around in town.
The barman knows the brothels. He was going to tell me, but I didn't get
I also have a good feeling that.
Can I come with you? That sounds like great fun.
I'm going to fuck my life away. If I'm gonna die tomorrow, I'm gonna have.
I don't think we should be distracted by Dick. Come on, we need to do this.
I just want to experience. I've never been to a brothel. They didn't have them in Palma Flora.
I know it seems like a minor distraction, but I really need to do this just to get my horn on.
Well, it sounds like, Rafe, you have needs. Spike, you have needs.
No.
We have 3 rooms upstairs.
No, no.
Wait, are you a girl?
Yes, I'm a bloody girl. Fuck you.
I thought you were a boy this whole time.
With this hair? No.
Jesus Christ, I thought... Sorry, I didn't really know what you were.
Maybe she doesn't want you to know.
You know what, I have to say, I'm taken aback. I'm sorry.
Perhaps she does not wish for you to assume her identity.
Yeah, did you just assume my gender, man? Jeez.
No, I literally didn't. That's the point. I literally didn't assume. I mean, you have the most ambiguous gender of anyone I've ever met in my entire life. So, fuck you all. I feel like
right. Let us leave.
Lead the way, Soulia.
Of course.
I will not be partaking in this brothel bullshit. I will be going somewhere else.
Well,
I have no idea what a brothel is.
if you can't beat them, join them. That's all I say.
Get out. A mid-afternoon brothel sesh.
Yeah, everybody gets their underwear before we go and do some espionage.
Yeah, at least
I've been waiting weeks for this. I'm so horny.
At least you'll be catching them before they get the STDs for the evening. So.
To be fair,
you guys could always go and watch this guy sneaky like in the day.
I won't be long. I can say it won't be long.
I could go and try and see. Well, I don't think there's any point. I don't think there's any point in trying to go hide, not be spotted, look for. I'm the person who knows the best out of all of us.
Or why don't we go to the pub instead of just going to the brothel? I'll try my luck with the local talent, and then if that fails, then I'll go. You know.
Apparently, the glowing roses are pretty upmarket, man. So you might want to,
What I know about them posh girls, they kind of like to go rough. I usually do quite well there.
They might also have a few in-house
entertainers. Indeed, that's what I was hoping for. Let's head there and now decide what to do next. To be fair, I'm not really feeling that horny right now, so we need to go and get some stimuli. If you play some decent songs,
don't you lie to us.
I know, yeah, I'm joking. I'm really horny. But if you
come on, why don't you focus on the task at hand?
I am. I'm just might die. I mean, that's pretty heavy. I'm trying to take my mind off things.
Or you should refocus your brain.
I am focusing my brain on fucking.
on sorting out the problem.
I am. This is the problem right now. I've got a second problem, which is my inevitable death. This is the main requirement for my life right now. Just don't get in my way.
I shan't. Don't worry.
Really good. I don't even know what a brothel is, you.
Well, I've gleaned quite a lot of information from your chatter. Talking about being a bit.
It shakes the shoulders.
Anyway, right, let's head to this pub and let's go and play some banging tunes and get our ends away. Let's do it. This is...
Okay, that's your plan. Okay, so you leave the sit and head marketplace way. Where's the game gone? Nope, that's the Phelan sewer. Into Phelan itself, please.
Not again. Not today.
No, not again, not again. You head off into the city of Phelan at large, and you're heading to. I didn't catch if you were heading to a brothel or to the Glowing Rose.
Glowing Rose.
You're going to
Before we
Glowing
go,
Rose.
Spike's gonna put on her badass leather jacket of awesomeness and like fluff up her hair to try and make herself look super presentable.
Okay.
Have Rev and Soulia gone to?
I think so.
Okay, so we're splitting the party. Okay, so you head off in the generally same direction. Oh, I'm splitting 3 ways. You head off in the same direction then until you hit like a fork in the road where I'll say that the barman told you where the Glowing Rose was, and you already know where the guard barracks is. So who are we going to do first as they get there? Let's give me a dice. Yeah. Okay, we'll start with the party that's doing the talking to Mersha Ball, the guard captain, which is Gwen, Rev, and Soulia, I believe.
Yes.
I gotta say earlier, Pete, when you just went, I agree. I was like, you've just taken your old character.
Before we go in, I stop these two and say, like, right, are we gonna tell her everything, or are we gonna just ask about this guy?
I think we should tell her everything.
Can I do a quick perception around me to see if I spot anyone?
Sure.
And can I also give both of them?
This is a city, and there are people in it.
Oh my god.
I don't think anyone has inspiration for me to take. No, they don't. No one has it, so I'll take it for myself.
Can I give them both guidance as well?
No, you can only give guidance to one person, and it lasts a minute.
Give Soulia guidance.
By a sprint to the guard captain.
Okay, fine. When we walk into the room, I will lightly touch him and I will give him guidance at that point.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so as you approach you're openly welcome into the guard barracks. They know who you are, so the guards step aside to let you through. And you approach the same building where Mersha was before. One of the guards opens the door for you as you enter, and you come across to a door which is currently closed. I'll assume now is when you touch him.
Okay, you never answered my question.
What question?
The question is, are we going to tell him? We never decided. Are we going to tell him everything?
Yeah,
You voted yes.
I said yes, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Hey.
she'll tell her everything.
All right. Okay.
Because
I knock on the door.
she can only help.
A few moments pass, and then enter.
I open the door. I walk in.
I'm going.
Soulia. Oh. Rev, Gwendolyn.
We have some important information for you, and we need your help.
Captain, we must speak privately. Can you assure us that no one will be listening in this room?
I can if you close the door.
Very well.
Close the door.
Yep. Speak.
Now, Captain, what I'm about to tell you is of grave and utter importance, but also must be kept with the most secrecy that you can muster. There is a danger to the Marquis, as you may already have understood given the circumstances.
He's missing.
Yes,
Very dangerous.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
missing. We've investigated,
you-
and he's missing.
I sent you to look for him. I told you everything I knew about where the Myriad could be.
In truth, we have found the Marquis and the Myriad. The Marquis is alive, but he will not be for long unless we do as the Myriad asks.
Okay, so do what the Myriad asks. What is it?
Well, the Myriad has requested that we bring... What's his name again? Fucking hell, I forget his name.
Bradle Hornlake.
We bring one Bradle Hornback.
Lake.
Bradle Hornlake
Raynor Baldley.
to their location and exchange him for the Marquis. Do you know who this person is?
Does she know who Bradle Hornlake is? Let's find out. Nobleman from Oath, right? Came here a few days ago for the celebration.
As I understand it, that is correct. There is another part to this tale. we must bring Bradlehorn Lake to the Myriad, and
Looking at me.
to show that we are committed to bringing the Marquis back. One of our party was forced to complete a blood oath.
Well, okay, so they cut hands and then shook hands? Yeah, I mean, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So there is now a curse on this party member that if we do not bring this individual to the Myriad, they will die.
Well, it's not a curse, they just shook hands and said we'd do something. I don't understand.
No, it's a magical nature. If someone reneges on the contract, they will die.
In magical blood? What? Oath? Curse? What'd you say? I don't know. I've never heard of anything like this.
I had not seen it myself either, but it is a real thing apparently. And he has like a tattoo on his arm. It looks terrible.
So, what, he made a... Who? Oh, it's Rafe. It's Rafe, isn't it? 100%.
Yes, how did you guess?
I told you your friend was dead.
He's currently at the brothel, so don't worry about him. There was one other thing about this blood oath. Unfortunately, we either have to take the guy dead, or we take him alive, and then they're gonna kill him.
Take him alive, or take him dead. I mean...
Kill him.
Well, obviously we don't really want to take him dead if he's not really deserving of it. So if he's a perfectly innocent man, then we don't really want to do that. Do you think, is there any clever way you think you might be able to help us break?
I have no jurisdiction over the nobility of oaths. I mean, I assume that the Myriad has something wrong.
But you have jurisdiction over this city. If we were to conduct this act, we would need reassurances that we would not be imprisoned or punished for any acts.
I can't give you permission to kill a nobleman in the open.
I think that's not quite...
How about kidnap?
I can't give you permission to kidnap anyone. I can pretend that we've never spoken.
That is why this conversation was needed for the utmost secrecy.
But if you get caught,
There is
then
another way.
if you get caught, then you'll be, there's nothing I can do to save you.
Well, the Marquis is gonna know.
Okay.
Is there any way
Now
that you
that-
could assist us?
The Marquis is going to know, but your friend made some sort of magical agreement that you would kill this man, or I mean, either way, I don't think you have many options here.
Well, there is one little loophole: is if we take the guy alive, but we don't let him kill him.
How do you manage to do that?
Well, we'll just protect him. The pact was that we take him dead or alive. So if we take him alive, technically we have fulfilled our side of the bargain.
My understanding is that this individual from Oath may be involved in the illegal trade of certain magical, what's it called?
Dude.
Item.
Magical sood.
Well,
Have you heard of this drug?
Of course, I've heard of Sood. You'd have to be. Where are you from?
Good question. He doesn't even.
I was just checking. My point is that this individual is involved somehow in the dealing of Sood, and with this information, perhaps you could have him arrested.
Do you have any proof?
The reason the Myriad wants him dead is because he is trading Sood in their territory.
Do you have any
we actually
proof?
know that. We said, he's trading magical items.
Well, okay, I'm
Well, that makes me even more. Okay. You're not being very good at this. At least I understand that the Marquis is currently alive, which is reassuring. But now, his entire fate rests on you holding up your end of the magical deal that you made.
Just on our end of the magical deal that we made, the Marquis was going to die no matter what. Until we intervened, the Marquis was a dead man. We made this pact, this bargain, to keep the Marquis alive.
And that was the only like offer that was given, that you must do this.
Yes.
I assume. Can you make me a deception check, please?
Was that true?
Yeah, he said he'd do gold first, and then you were like, fuck that.
No, because he was like, you got all the gold I need, I don't need to dish them up. Oh, no, you didn't.
No,
yeah, true.
he literally started with a gold offer.
And do I still get the 1d4 for...
Yes, you do, for guidance.
He had more gold than any of us had, so we couldn't afford it.
We could have come back.
Meta conversation here. We could ask the police chief if she can get 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you say that, and she kind of looks upon you all and is like, well, the Marquis' fate is now in your hands, so you'll have to do whatever you can. But I can't.
Maybe one other option. He was willing to accept a cash settlement, but it's a lot more than we have.
What's the cash settlement?
3,000 gold.
Well, why didn't you accept that? You could have just come. Well, 3,000 gold for the like Marquis of Phelan.
Because we had to have it then and there, but maybe if we go back to him, maybe he'd take it. I don't know.
Well, I assume they're not there anymore, because otherwise we'd have stormed it already, and you'd have told us immediately.
Yes.
Well,
when did this happen?
Last night.
Yesterday.
Why didn't you come to me immediately?
We
could have stormed the sewers and found them.
Given the circumstances, we did not know what the best option was, and certainly we did not know who we could trust. You yourself told us that there were men within your ranks who we could not trust.
Come to me.
Yes.
Like you have now.
All those that you do not trust into those sewers, they forewarn the enemy, and then we lose the Marquis forever.
If you would have... Besides the point now, because that's not what happened. What happened is that you have made some sort of oath, or I don't know, agreement, and now you must make that agreement. But I cannot be seen to openly give over a high-ranking member of the nobility of Oath for no reason.
I don't think that's really exactly what we're asking. What we're asking
what are you
is
asking?
a little bit of help in preventing, if we take him, preventing
the death of the Marquis.
The death of the Marquis, but also the death of Bradel Hornlake.
I don't know if I can help you with the death of Bradel Hornlake. Do you know where Bradel Hornlake is?
In the Rose, the pub.
The Glowing Rose?
Yes.
I mean, it's heavily guarded at the minute, so you probably can't penetrate through there. I can...
If you were to have the man arrested, we could then
on what grounds?
On dealing in mysterious magical items.
You have no... In fact, I would love to understand where you got this information from, but it's a baseless accusation as far as I can tell right now.
But it does not need to be... It does not matter, surely, that it is baseless.
There's no proof. Show me any proof.
Why do you need proof? This will help return the Marquis, which is what
we're not in the business of arresting people on zero evidence. Doesn't work.
What if we accidentally leave some evidence in his room?
I cannot condone this action.
Okay, I understand.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
What about the 3,000 gold thing? I think maybe a goer.
Well, if it was possible that if you had come to me first, then we would have the Marquis by now, because we could just pull that from his personal treasury. It would be no issue at all.
Well,
I'm sure his wife...
They wanted the money then and there. They're gonna kill him. Otherwise, we did the best we could with what we had.
Well, if you had negotiated, then maybe. I cannot let you go free with many thousand gold pieces, because, I mean, any smart person would just run away. And there would be
because we've got a blood oath attached to one of our friends.
Well,
do you want the Marquis back or not? These are the only options that are presented to you now, where we can get the Marquis back. Will you help us or not?
I can do anything that is within the realm of the law.
Oh, I hate the law.
Could we
Thank
hold on to
God,
the
fucking
3,000
police,
gold? I know it's
No, you cannot hold on to 3,000 gold.
Is there a way that we could get it quickly if we could make the deal?
Yeah, you come to me.
Okay.
Well, if I know that this is the price that... Sorry, you need to get... Who is this person? Who did you speak to? Who made the blood
They don't
oath?
give us their name.
Well, that's not surprising.
Well, then why would you ask?
They described
A description or...
it wasn't the tabaxi, was it?
Nope.
I mean,
There's a picture in the Discord channel.
Right. I do not believe that you are willing to help us in our current goals. We will try our best to get the Marcus back, but unfortunately, no promises can be made.
Well, it seems that you have a lot to do because your friend's going to die if you don't.
I barely know the man. I've only known him for 2 days.
He seemed nice, but yeah, he very horny.
You guys.
Makes sense. It's probably went to the brothel. Well,
Can,
like I said, I can give you any assistance
updated?
that is within the realms of the law, but I cannot start arresting people on whims. That for things that have not been proven. It's
I get
You
it.
can
I get
arrest.
it.
You can arrest on suspicion.
there's
And
zero
I, as a member of the public of this town, have come to you with an allegation.
Okay, so we'll make an official statement. When did you see Lord Bradel Hornlake dealing in the illegal narcotic of sood?
Well, I was at the Marquis's banquet party, and I overheard him say to someone who I cannot identify because I cannot remember what they look like, by the way, if you would like me to, I could deal your party with some suit. Would you like?
Make me a deception check with disadvantage, please.
But still with.
No, guidance is gone.
Ah, come on.
Guidance is a one-use thing.
God.
Oh, nine's okay.
Don't try to justify this terrible lie to me. She just stares at you.
She ain't taking no shit.
Look. If maybe we come back with some actual evidence, maybe you help us then.
Rev,
Lift.
I understand what you are saying.
Yes. Good. Come on, Soulia.
Finally.
Julia, very heated and upset.
As she kind of turns away and is like, just like, finally, someone gets it.
Rafe gets it. He's played the game.
One day.
Sylvia has not played the game, and he is very pissed off.
One
I
day
wish you
we
well-
will let a character
I wish you well in your
genuinely
ventures
listen
and-
negotiate.
I wish you well in your ventures and, yes, good luck to Rafe, I guess. He may be a fool,
He's a brave fool.
and that's where her sentence will end.
He did it for the Marquis.
As I leave, I get a deep sense of like guilt. Like what I've just tried to do was really wrong, and I feel really upset about it. And I'm angry, but I'm also really guilty and upset with myself.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Come to the
Real
bar with
sense
me
of guilt building in me.
and fuck the pain away.
Okay then, as you leave the headquarters of Mershavold the Guard Captain, the rest of you, who took a trip over to the Glowing Rose, yes, you go into the marketplace kind of area, the very nice and upmarket. You spent some time here earlier, and a little bit off onto one of the side streets of there is the Inn of the Glowing Rose. As you approach, you notice it is guarded heavily. There are like 10 to 15 guards out here, and they seem to be standing at attention and patrolling around the perimeter of the building.
Spike is going to walk straight in. Like,
dust off my collar.
Whoa! You approach.
Try and walk straight in.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
Like, as if she thinks she's walking straight in.
Yeah, she's not. As you go to walk in, the hilt of a glaive would stop your path. Be like, halt, citizen.
Whoa! No need for that. Hi. What's with the massive blade?
This is a private place, and you are not invited in here.
Oh, I thought it was a upper class music venue of the city. I didn't realize it was private.
Due to the recent ongoings with the disappearance of the Marquise, this place is now being used as lodging for the nobility until they are set to leave.
Do we have who has on them the writ from the guard captain? Is it any of the three who are with me?
I can't remember who took it.
Does anyone-
Who took it?
The what?
We have a writ from what's her face? The
Mershable, you do.
Definitely not me.
Do we roll these?
Definitely not you.
Who has it?
I'm just trying to remember who would have had
I
it.
haven't got it written in my inventory. I haven't got it.
No, I
That's a
don't.
good point. Does anyone have it written in their inventory?
I'm pretty sure I don't. I just boldly claim that I don't, but I don't know how to.
I wonder if I wrote it down.
I'll say you have it, but from in future, yeah, you need to keep track of these things, and if they're not there, then you must have dropped it on the way or something.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
That's fair.
So yeah, you have it.
Okay, cool.
So I dig around in my jacket and I pull out this writ and I say, yeah man, we were like at the Marquise's party, we were his guest of honor, and actually we've been talking to the guard captain and she gave us this writ because we're a bunch of private investigators, adventuring band, and we've been asked to help out with things. So yeah, here's my writ. And I just like show it to him.
He takes it off your hand, starts reading through it, just kind of reads it, looks past it, looks down at you, carries on reading it. Very well. Kind of folds it back up and hands it back to you. I will get this confirmed, but in the meantime, everything seems to be legitimate. And he would like point out to a smaller halfling, looking younger guard, and just send him off. And he goes running. Very well, you may enter, but we will be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, man, no worries. Have a good
And
afternoon.
the hilt of the glaive would move aside.
Okay, like duck under it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you enter in. As described, this is a very nice-looking inn establishment. It's kind of draped in high silks. The ceilings are quite high in here. Most of the people in here currently are kind of sat at tables, drinking like wine, sat in small parties, and speaking in very heart-to-heart. Yeah, it's a very nice-looking place, kind of perfumed, and at the very end of it, it's kind of a it's like a large rectangle. It's a really long kind of place, and at the very end of it is the bar.
I think I ended up going with them, even though I wasn't going to partake in any brotheling. I wanted to.
Oh, this isn't a brothel. Yeah,
No, but like they wanted to seduce some people whilst they were there, and I didn't want to be involved. But yeah, so I'm with them.
When we walk in, can we see Bradel Hornlake or any of his entourage? Just
make me a perception check.
okay.
Can I give advantage because I know what they look like?
Yes.
Come on now, with advantage. Here we go. Oh,
Yeah, 20.
that's 20.
Not 20. Inspiration to yourself, or one of the party that's with you. I'll leave that up to you. You don't spot Bradel Hornlake, but you do spot from Meira's description. You do spot Hawan, who is his accompaniment, who was there. He is sat at a table, appears to be reading a book and drinking some kind of dark drink that's kind of hot. It's like steaming. One thing you also notice around this place is that just as outside this inside of this is guarded. There are guards stationed and pointed places, stood at attention, with glaives, swords at their sides, of all races, colours and creeds, and they're just slowly, particularly paying attention to you three as you walk in.
I want to try and say quietly to Rafe and Meira.
Dude, I don't think this is the place to be scoring any kind of women. I think maybe we just do a little quick recce and get out. I don't think this is the right place, man, for this.
Yeah, agreed.
But we should totally go for a brothel, like, after this.
I
All
disagree with that, but
But can I just point out, if a woman engages with me, I'm not saying no.
You fucking go for it. You take that
Yeah.
chance.
we are going to try and save your life by trying to get some information. I say this like mega quietly so no one else can hear.
Yeah, we're like,
I don't think you should be even attempting to score, as you call it, in here.
I should
Right,
wait
well-
I'm for each to his own.
I'm gonna go and like.
How I ended up
Cut my
with
hair.
these two unserious people, I will never know.
I'm super serious. I'm so serious. You know, look. I just flashed the tattoo really subtly. Like, this is how serious I am. I just want a bit of poon. Just leave me alone.
So, okay, I want to go. Is there like a bartender or a manager or someone who's like
There are a number of half of them women who look quite young and kind of scantily dressed, but they're there for mostly eyes. They are at the bar, kind of just waiting for people to approach.
Can I want to go up to the bar and, because I'm very short, hop up, clamber up onto a bar stool, and be like, hey, my
Hello
name's
there.
Spike, and I heard that this place is really excellent. I'm trying to like be a bit less
You.
than
That's
usual.
just
Yes, me.
I heard this place was like super awesome for music. I am a really well-known musician, and I heard that you do put performances, especially when you got such like I gesture around a high important guest staying. Is there anyone I can talk to about like putting on
I'm afraid normally, yes, that would be the case, and you could speak to the matron of the Rose about. You could speak about them to the matron of the Rose about, procuring yourself a spot. But currently, we're not accepting any kind of bard performances at this time due to the heightened security. But we appreciate your offer, and we'd be happy to see you back here in maybe a week's time.
You've been in for a real treat. But yeah, I get it. Matron of the Rose. What's her? Is it clear who she is? Does she have a badge, or is she here? Can you point her out?
She is the owner of this establishment. She's not here at this current time, but
I could come back and ask for her though.
oh, absolutely, yes.
Can I also glance over at the booth where this Towan
Tawan, yeah,
is sitting? Is it easily seen from where we are?
sure.
Anyways, since I've come all the way here, I might as well, I suppose, check my pocket sundial.
It doesn't work. You're like, no sun.
Dude, can I? How much is it? Can I get a drink? What's that guy drinking? It looks interesting. And I gesture.
So he's drinking a mulled wine from the Marquise's personal selection. You absolutely may have a glass if you would like one.
Yeah. Can I get 3, please, for my?
Absolutely. She would go back and pour them out of like a hot steaming pot. Like that'll be 1 gold and 6 pieces.
Yep. And I hand it over. 1 gold.
Thank you very much.
20.
And enjoy your stay.
Cool. And then, is there any tables near to this town guy?
There's one, not next to him, but the one over.
I lean over to. We're still at the bar. I lean over to Rafe and Meira and be like,
Do you think we should talk to him, or do you think we should just survey what's going on for a minute? He might recognise you, Meira.
Meira is currently unavailable.
It's currently unavailable right now.
video. Sorry.
Shut up.
I'll say that again in a minute.
Yeah, the person you are calling is unavailable.
I
Yeah, I imagine that you and Rafe are like, got your wines or whatever, you sat at the table, and Meira's just stood at the door in T-pose.
for what it's worth, I think, we should go and talk to him. I mean, what's the harm? We we're not here to do anything nefarious, are we?
No.
You know, whatever happens, the worst that can happen from just a conversation.
Okay, so
You're asking me.
Meira slipped into the establishment for a bathroom break.
Meira's T-pose has ended.
I bought us some mulled wine, the same drink as Howard is drinking. It was extremely expensive, and we'll go and talk to him. We think we should go and have a chat with the minion of what's his face, Bradel.
That's like a great idea.
Meira is currently unavailable. Meira, if you would like to go and speak to him, put a thumbs up. If you think that's a terrible idea, never mind. Thumbs up.
Okay. Okay, so I take my mulled wine, hop off the bar stool, and head over to where Tawan is sitting, drinking his hot mulled wine.
Yep, he's sat there, kind of head in a book at the moment.
Okay, cool. Can I like slide? Okay, so I am like, hey, dude, you're the you're Tawan, right? I met you at the Marquise's shindig the other day, yeah?
He would like look over his book with a smile, and be like, "Oh, apologies. I'm not sure if we've met, or may have just had. There was a lot of wine drunk that day. But yes, I am indeed Tawan. Nice to meet you again. I guess.
This is Meira. I think your boss met her. Is it Bradel met her?
Meira, yes, of course. We unfortunately, he did lose the bet to you on that delightful little pig race that they had, didn't they?
Oh, man.
Nice to see you again, Meira.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. I wasn't expecting you to remember me. I'm very flattered.
So we this might be a bit off topic, but I don't know if you heard about us at the party. We're this group called the Vagabonds, and we're an adventuring group. We're personal friends of the Marquise. Pretty cool dude. Anyway, I heard that your boss sometimes looks into buying and selling magical items, and we're about to head out shortly on a little jaunt, a little foray into some caves, some dungeons, check out what's in the surrounding area, and we're looking. And I was thinking, dude, if we find something really cool, it would be really awesome if we had someone to bring it back to sell it. And I wondered if your boss might be someone I could be hooked up with for that.
I'm sure if you find anything exotic or magical in nature, that he'd probably be happy to take a look and bargain with you. It'd be strange for him to do trade on the road, though. It'd probably be best to come and visit him in our home city of Oath, which we'll be heading back to in a few days.
I totally forgot you're not from here. How? I haven't been to Oath before. Do you have like a calling card or like what's the best place to find you? Because I'm feeling really good about this trip. I think we're going to find something really cool in these.
If you come to Oath and ask for Bradel Hornlake's Manor, you'll be able to find him quite quickly. It's not like he has a shop per se. It's not really not in the market that way. He's more of a trader.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I heard he was into the magic, so yeah, that's why I thought I'd come and.
Yeah. What are we talking? What's his number one best seller?
Well, it's mostly items of exotic and magical nature. I don't really deal with that side, and I must apologize. You keep referring to him as my boss, but we're not. He is not. Well, that is not our relationship at all. We are acquaintances, long-time acquaintances.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I completely misunderstood. My fault, man. So sorry.
There's no problem at all. I understand. He has a charismatic figure, and as such, it's not the first time it's happened. Let's put it that way.
Tell me about it. So charismatic. Completely screwed that one up.
He kind of he'd have a little eyebrow raise and smirk at that one.
Oh, I see. Have you discussed the incident at the party? I mean, I guess there was another incident that overshadowed it, obviously.
That's been our main principal, talking point, as well as everyone.
It's been your principal talking point. She completely changes colour. She's normally quite white.
No, not you. Sorry, not you. No, the disappearance of the Marquise. It's obviously the largest news. No, I'm sure you and Bradel had a wonderful. Anyway, regardless.
I didn't hit it off. I don't know if you said it was a disaster.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've met your friend here, this young gentleman.
This is Rafe. Rafe, this is Towan.
Top of the afternoon to you.
Pleasure to meet you.
This wine is really, really, really good, dude. I've never had hot wine before.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's something that the Marquis came up with himself, I believe, from his personal stash. It's, at least that's what they say behind the bar.
We used to drink this back in my village years ago when we were in Christmas time. It's quite. This tastes a bit more fancy though. Doesn't have bits in it and bugs. Just. That used to be quite nice. Like nice little bit of protein. Do you like protein?
Of course, yes. Not so much in my drinks, but I mean, for each to each their own, I guess.
With really soft hands. Do you go out much?
I'm just too drunk.
I'm not drunk. I just.
He doesn't really know what to say at this point, so he kind of just looks at you curiously with a cocked head.
You're quite.
Anyway, it was nice to see you people again, and
not too much of your time. So you said you're leaving in a couple of days, right?
Yes, in a few days. I think Bradel is kind of a little bit shooken up by the disappearance of the Marquis and kind of wants to get back home as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's bad business.
Is he around, Bradel? I maybe would be interested in rekindling the terrible relationship that I started.
He is around. Yes, he's currently sleeping upstairs. But I'll let him know that you came.
Yeah, well, we'll be nearby. We might hang around, so we might see him a bit later. If he's here and you're not going anywhere today, then.
No, I'm afraid this place is very much under lock and key at the minute, and we're fearful that, well, as many of the people here are, that we go out for the time being, that the same may happen to us. So yes, we're happy here for the time being until the guards have the danger more under control. Hopefully the Marquis is found, and then all of this can be blown over.
Maybe my mates can, set up some musical entertainment or something this evening just to, change the scenery a bit. If you're in lockdown and everything's the same every single day, then it can get a bit dull, so...
That would be lovely.
No,
I look forward to seeing your performance, however you three, make music. It'd be interesting.
I won't be involved in the performance.
No, it's just me. It's all me, and I like to the loot on the back.
Excellent.
Just a quick question. Do you know how to skin a beast?
And he's a terrible joker. And then I hop.
It's a practical skill. Why wouldn't you be asking that kind of question?
I mean, I have done it before. Yes,
show me your hands.
But
no, you haven't properly skinned a beast.
I don't make any. Okay, it was nice talking to you people. Enjoy the rest of your evening or day or whatever you plan to do. I
tried to drag Rafe away, but I'm very small, so I don't know.
Look, I'm just making small
He picks up his book and closes it, and then starts making his way.
Blending.
Making his way away.
Making talk.
When he heads upstairs or wherever he's going, can I try and clock which room he's going to?
Okay, so the stairs go up and then kind of turn back on themselves. So as he goes up the stairs and turns back, kind of goes out of view, and there are guards posted at this staircase at the moment. So you don't really get a good shot of where. After he gets up the stairs, you're not really sure where he is.
I couldn't move as if I was heading to the exit and see if I could clock him.
It's not like an open thing. It's just another. No. It's another floor.
Okay. Dude, I think we're done here. Let's should we go?
We want to come back later. Maybe we should let the guys at the door know that we've been invited back later for a party. Well, not a party. I don't think they'd be impressed if we said party.
A shindig?
A memorial? No, he's not dead.
An evening full of entertainment?
Well, maybe we don't say anything. We have the writ, and it got us past last time. I don't want to.
We can just tell them that we would like to come back later, I guess.
Okay.
We will return to discuss taxes and all of our money.
Okay. Maybe you just stay quiet, man.
I just don't know how these rich folk like to interact with each other. I feel like it brings out the worst in me. I'm sorry.
We start heading towards the door.
Yep. You're allowed back out as you leave. The same guard would come back and say, well, at least your writ appears to be genuine. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, man, super helpful. We might have to come back later though. So maybe
Okay.
see you later. Are you working later?
I'll be here, yeah.
Cool. What's your name, man?
Fuck!
Mike's gonna ask for everyone's name because she wants to go be friendly with people.
My name's Darak.
Darak. Well, nice to meet you, man. See you later. See you, Darak.
Derek.
Darak.
Not Derek. Specifically, not Derek.
Dara.
A's instead of E's.
Dara.
Okay, so we have.
He would say before you leave, like, just to make you aware that the writ will allow you in for investigation purposes only. You're not here to, drink and get merry with the guests who are staying here. I don't know what your investigation is about. I assume it's to do with the Marquise, but I don't really want you. It doesn't. It's not an all-access pass.
Probably best you don't know, mate, and also like.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's probably best you don't know because I don't want you to get into trouble. The writ's totally legit, as you know. You would have gone and spoken to boss lady Mersha.
Boss lady Mersha, yes.
Yeah. I don't want to distract you, but yeah, we're doing everything we can.
I understand, but it's not a key to the city. You don't get to go everywhere that you please just because you have a piece of paper.
Yeah, man, cool. I just brush him off and leave.
Okay.
It'd be great
I'll assume that you guys kind of meet up in the marketplace. You kind of cross paths coming back because that's just easier.
Yeah.
So as you start walking, both of you towards the other people's places, you meet up somewhere in the middle, and you are reunited. It feels so good.
Hey guys, how'd you go at the pub? Did you get lucky?
Wasn't that kind
Yeah.
of vibe, man?
Well, I was majorly cock-blocked. I was trying to speak to my end about dog. These guys blocked me, and then there's no girls there, so I tried to fuck the only thing I could.
Were you trying to get off with Towan?
Well, I was using some.
Are you complimenting him on his hands?
Dude, I did not
Is
get
that what that
flavor.
was?
Sorry, man. I completely blew that for you.
No, I wasn't really sure if I looked like a sort of guy you could try. No, to be fair, I was trying to. The bloody wanker had clearly never done a day's work in his life. Still rich as fuck. Just pricks. But regardless, anyway, I would have fucked him. Just for fun.
Is that all you think about?
No, it's not. I know you've
'Cause
got this limited
honestly,
time impression of me, but it's been a couple of
honestly,
days and I'm feeling a bit
Every
randy.
time you have a conversation, we seem to talk about this.
I've been on the road for some time
Can you
and
just go
back in my
Maybe you need
old
to go
village.
back to your room for a private. Maybe you need some private Rafe time in your room.
We're so go. I haven't really found time to focus on myself for a while.
Yourself.
You need a long
You
rest.
need to go take matters in hand then.
To be fair, it's more like a short rest, to be fair.
I relay to them that
Or shall we hold on? Shall we go back to the privacy?
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Back to camp.
Back to
You're
the
really
privacy.
paranoid. I couldn't give a flying fuck. These people, frankly, it seems like they know what we're gonna do, regardless of where we hide.
Well, we might as well try and maintain some kind of advantage that we can get. There's no harm in it.
Well, we need them to know what we're up to, because they gotta find us when we bloody get this guy.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not going to overhear our conversation.
I can tell you, I've met some of the locals around here. They're thick as shit. Met a little boy down that alley the other day. He couldn't catch a ball to save his life.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Come
on.
You don't want to know.
Back to the pub.
So we head back to the pub then.
You head back to the Siren's Sip.
To the
Right up
privacy
to
of
our
our
room,
rooms.
In straight upstairs.
Doesn't look weird at
Super
all.
sus.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, whilst we've been out, they've been like making sure the room is totally like observed.
rumors starting to go around that like these 6 people walk upstairs, stay in a room for about an hour, and then come back down, disappear, and then do that like 3 or 4 times a day.
And there's
A lot of mysteries.
And the mad.
To sit downstairs as if we could do it very quietly and subtly. I just don't know if that's possible.
No,
One of
the
them
rooms
comes
are
out
best.
horny as fuck.
Yeah. And one of them's real horned up.
It's all he talks about.
It's not.
Yeah.
I've been really communicative. I mean, I did this blood pack for you guys. I'm willing to take one for the team. I'm just looking for one for the team to do one for me.
I relayed to the other people that Towan was in the Glowing Rose, seemed like a cool guy. I dropped that we might be on the hunt for some magical items, and he said that Bradel could be interested. They're heading back to Oath in a couple of days.
Alright.
And yeah, there wasn't too much more than that. We might be able to get back in there. We used the writ to get in there, but the guard was a bit shitty. So I don't know if that will work again. But I did get a lead on a gig possibly, but they're not really doing them because of the high security. Oh man, dude, the security was so high. There were so many guards in there. I don't know how many were. Did I clock how many there were? There must have been like, I assume.
It's probably in total probably around 30. With like the people patrolling on the outside, the people on the outside, like patrolling the actual building, outside on both sides of the streets, inside was quite a few. Yeah, it's manned, heavily manned.
So I relayed that, and I was like, dude, I don't think like Bradel's staying somewhere upstairs, but I don't think there's a chance we're going to be able to get him whilst he's in that inn. Like that is a heavily guarded.
Well, look, we had a little bit of success, which might help. We don't necessarily have to get him, but we just need to maybe help the police along a little bit to arrest him.
Yeah? Like what, man?
Maybe if, they have a good reason to arrest him, then maybe we could get access to him later on.
Which we need to come up with a plan to...
He's got a connection with Meira. She's the most suspicious of us all. Why don't we try and organise a deal?
Especially under that hood right now. Yeah, she's super stealthy right now.
She's playing a ghost.
She looks like 2002 Michael Jackson.
Sorry, baby's grizzly.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's making me kind of grizzly. Wait, no.
Jesus Christ, Elliot, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was a joke. It was a joke.
You sick
Jesus Christ. You sick bastard.
I'm joking. No, I'm sorry.
Please keep the line between yourself and character as a thick line, alright?
I did an Irish accent, okay?
Right.
It's not my fault.
You did an Irish accent, so it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Anyway, it's first
Dude,
thing.
maybe we should like plant some. Maybe we should get hold of some food and then plant it on Bradel.
Or maybe just in his room.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
keep it easy. Oh, maybe on Bradel himself. It might be easier to get to him than his room. I don't know, but I think if we can give the police chief a good reason to arrest him, should probably do it.
Right, but how do we
I
get
cannot
access
help
to
but
the
feel
suit?
as though we have bumbled our way into this position where we are now sleight of handing drugs onto a possibly innocent man.
Why? I mean, I may have been
It's like an everyday job,
around
right?
for
I
this
mean,
conversation, but why are we doing this?
What are you going to say there, Gwen?
I was gonna say, if that is the route we go down, because actually, at the end of the day, even if we do plant the suit on him, A, we need to get the suit, so we need to find someone to do that, and B, he'll probably be released, so maybe not. The guard lady will know that what we've done. Obviously, she's on our side. So
Just arrest us.
it's literally just to get to him to. I mean. Obviously, ultimately, we're trying not to kill him, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, ultimately, all we need to do is take him down, and then...
I can be quite persuasive. Perhaps I could convince him to join us in the sewers.
All we need is we just need him out of that building.
Or we just convince him that we're looking for Sood and we arrange a meet-up point and just tell the guards to come
But
and...
we don't
You
know
don't
that
think
he
he's gonna
sells
steal his
Sood.
own drugs? If he does, he's gonna be like the mastermind who's gonna have runners and shit for that. He won't have. He won't be
Well, you
doing
never know. A sting operation could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do Dragon Sting.
Rev, man, have you done like something like this before? I feel like this is like your bag.
Lived a different life once, but yeah, I know a
Yes.
little bit about keeping the peace.
Intrigue.
I wish I knew.
You just want a piece.
Anything. Everything.
So, if this is
I
the
need a
route
piece.
if this is the route we go down, where did we get the Sood? I haven't got any. That's for certain sure.
Which one are we going down? Are we asking to buy it or are we planting it?
I think ask to buy it is probably more reasonable at this stage.
But we don't know that he definitely deals in that.
I don't think.
We can ask. We know that
I-
he sells in magical items. That seems to be common knowledge in these
Also,
parts.
that doesn't get him out of that building necessarily. I think if you planted
Like
it,
I
it
said,
gets him out of
I
the
could
building.
be very persuasive in getting him out of the building.
Oh, I think you can do that persuasion after
I
you've...
don't think you're that persuasive, man. Maybe.
I have charm person. That's pretty persuasive.
Yeah, but we can always use that once we're in a cell with him and he's out of the way of all of his friends and all of that pub that's heavily guarded by people that we don't necessarily trust.
But where are we going to get the suit from?
Well, that's the question I bloody asked!
Dodge. Where do I find? I think my background.
No one listening to Gwendolyn.
No. I was repeating your question. I agree with you that is the problem. But I was simply repeating the question because I don't have the answer.
Alright.
Just come up with the answer.
Look, my background as the College of Metal
Yes.
suggests that I often make my way to the seediest parts of town and can follow my nose to the kind of place where you might possibly find some drugs.
Yep.
Based on that, would I be able to have a think about? I've been in. If I go and walk around the town or ask them questions or something like that, or is it
Let me
possible
read.
that I might locate some kind of seedy dive bar where those kind of dealings may go down?
The other option is we make
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You would surmise that, considering that Phelan is a portside city with a docks and a place you haven't really visited yet is kind of dockside, that most of the smugglings and dealings would probably happen in that area of the city.
Okay.
It's definitely the business end, should we say?
The other option is that we crush something up to make it look like Sue, just to provide evidence to put them enough, just to give them enough evidence to arrest him. We don't actually have to buy the suit. We could we could crush something.
I would not even know what suit looks like.
I know what I, but I'm sure some people might.
Do I? I mean, I just decided I know what it looks like. I'm assuming I know what it looks like, Dodge.
Now that depends on who you are. Like, this is a backstory question for you. How much run-in have you had with Sood before?
I mean, I imagine. I mean, I've not been looking in my line of work for drugs.
Yep.
More dealing people, let's say. But I think probably I would have come across it just because people are fucking dodgy as fuck.
True. Okay, so Sood, you would know, is mostly like smoked as a thing. It is like a powdery material though. It comes in 3 different types. It's definitely brown and red, and then I think it's blue. I'd have to remind myself. Where is... Yeah, brown, blue, and red. And it is like a powdery kind of texture, so that's the info you know.
Yeah, I'd say, based on my sort of travel and dealings with people who aren't necessarily always good people, that I would know like what it looks like, what the good effects and the bad effects of it are, but I don't never like actually bought or sold it, so I wouldn't know like what it tastes like or anything.
Yeah. So you would never have used it, but you know of it and like you've seen it used. Yeah, fair enough. So you understand that it gives varying degrees of like magical based. I need a good word, but like power up, I guess. But the side effects of taking it too much can be like immediately fatal. There's no like, I've taken too much and now I feel sick. It's a case of, I take it and it is addictive, and if you take more of it, you will just eventually just die. One day you'll take a hit of it and that's it. You're done.
Okay. I say to the gang, like, I reckon we could make something that looks like it, but I've never been like, nose to nose with Sood. I think somebody who was arresting someone else for having some, or someone who was going, oh yeah, that's definitely Sood, who'd seen it before, would know if we were to make some pretend stuff that it was pretend. I don't think
But we don't even need for other people to see it. We just need to try and plant it on him, and then tip off the guard, and then the guard come and arrest him.
Knowing a little bit of thieves' cant and my background dodge, would I know how to like just find a legit drug dealer?
You haven't seen any, because you've been in the most of the time you've been in the higher echelons of this city. You went kind of a little bit sideways when you went to the where the sewers were, but to copy what I said to Spike, the most likely place where you're going to find anything illicit or dodgy in any fashion will be in the dock area. This is where most of the travel comes in and out, and a lot of the, let's say, more unsavory types would be.
I reckon Spike and Rev combined could probably sniff away out to a drug dealer.
Maybe we just go for a quick little walk in the dock and see if we can pick up some legit stuff.
All right.
Cool.
As a side note, Meira, you would understand because you have been in contact with Sood enough that a single dose of this magical essence would run somewhere in the between 40 and 80 gold kind of territory, depending on quality and type.
Maybe we try and get an advance from a bossy mercer.
It's pricey as fuck, you guys.
I don't think.
It's going to be a bit hard to convince the police chief to give us money to buy drugs, but okay.
She was very much like,
That's the kind of thing
she doesn't want to do anything illegal, but if she gets a tip off, she gets a tip off.
Let's roleplay that conversation.
This is why D&D is the best game in the world.
Look, I know what you're thinking. The guilt is starting to become overwhelmingly strong in Suli's death. I almost feel as though we should own up to this man, what our intention is. Tell him what we need from him so that he might be able to help us.
I think that's worth doing, potentially, after we've got him out of that hotel, out of that inn. All we need to do is get him out and get him into the barracks where we can actually have a chat with him, maybe.
If our ultimate intention is to strike out against the Myriad, then I'm sure that he would be more than inclined to help us given his business circumstances.
Yeah, we just need to get him out, maybe. I don't know.
If you think you can convince him, but if you give the jig away, it might be harder to get him out.
I agree. It would have to be put to a Vagabond's vote.
A Vega vote.
A Vega vote.
The Vega vote is coming.
Time to give you guys a boat, and then you can have the Vega boat. Vega boat.
Vega bus!
Yeah. Shit, you need a cart or a carriage or something. We can just go with the Vega bus. The Vega bus.
Are we going to solve mysteries from it? Someone's going to get a pet dog.
I mean, how charismatic can you be?
How what?
I'm talking to Soulia, sorry Soulia. How charismatic and persuasive can you be? Maybe we go back into the glowing rose. Maybe first of all, Rev and Spike, you go down and maybe you get one dose. And then we go into the glowing rose. We talk to him. I don't know, maybe try and slip it on him. We can.
I don't
Talk to him first, and if that doesn't work, we can always use backup plan. And he's already got it planted on him.
I don't think that's going to work.
No, I don't think it is either, to be honest. I don't think either will.
Why don't we go talk to him? I think
it's not a bad plan. I think we try to talk to him, and if not, we slip it on him.
I could
it's
try.
only
He
my
seemed
life.
to be like vaguely interested in me before.
Well, yeah.
Maybe option one is you try and take him to your bedroom, and then we talk to him, and then we plant the stuff.
Oh, I think like the vaguely interested situation could lead me to maybe get close enough to plant it on him, is what I was saying. I don't think he's that convinced by me that I'll be able to
You don't have to sleep with him, you just have to take all your clothes off.
I can physically get close enough to him to plant it on him, I think.
How would you try and convince him to come with us to fight the Myriad?
I don't know if he will want to.
Not you, sorry, Soulia.
Myriad.
I believe that he could be convinced to help us.
What would you say?
I would, make sure that we were in a private room where the Myriad could not hear us. And I would tell him truth. I would explain the situation, that a mark has been placed on his head. Whether it be by our hand or any others, he will die. And that he is at war with the Myriad. But that he has us, that he has his men, that he has an opportunity to strike at the very heart of the Myriad operations in this area.
And maybe the town guards as well, we get them?
Perhaps, yes, though we do know that some of them work for the Myriad, so we would have to
Maybe
be very
not,
careful
because
about that.
they might keep him off.
Can I just remind everyone that there's nothing prohibiting the guy killing the Marquise under other conditions? So if we go and get an army with this guy, the guy could just kill the Marquise and then that's that.
All we have to do, surely, is bring this chap from Oath to...
Just can't remember what he's called.
Baron Dildo Face.
He's not a Baron.
Baron Hornfire.
Lord von Tolkarski.
To the Myriad. And then they have to give us the Marquis. That is the deal.
And if they then kill the Marquis and they renege on their deal and they die? As long as we take Bradle Hornlake, dead or alive, we can take a photo of him. No, I don't know how to work.
What's
What's a photo?
No, like a
photo? Is that a spell you're casting?
I reckon in this world full of magical and many magical things, I reckon someone has been able to capture a moment in time.
Sounds like fucking black magic.
Anyway, we're straying from the point.
Yes.
I really do think we should speak to him. Be honest. Honesty, I believe, is the best way.
Alright.
Right. So
Do we all go in?
I'm really intrigued as to how this is going to go. I mean, the backup plan is obviously we just shoot the guy in the face and I bring his freaking.
No, the backup plan is we plant the drugs on him.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you not been listening at all?
Then,
I have been
then
listening.
the backup plan of the backup
is you
plan
shoot him in the face.
Right,
Yeah.
we've got loads of contingencies.
It's an
This
instant.
term is like Plan Z.
I don't have a choice, though.
Can I mean,
But I like him. He's sexy. I don't want to kill him.
I'm going to treat the third backup plan like the actual plan. Like that's the only thing we can actually do. So you guys crack on, and then when I shoot him and chop his head off, then we'll move on.
And then when it's
You're gonna
murder
die.
over,
Like
you'll be
30+ guards, man.
Well, I just don't want to frickin' die. So
Well, I
yeah,
keep doing it
well,
because we're trying, we're
With a
doing
big blade.
everything.
it's fine. You do you. You do you. I've got the impression from you that unless I'm talking to a woman, which you guys seem to have a lot of issues with as well, you guys have been shut up. I asked him about his hands. You got all offended. But you know, look, we wouldn't be in this situation
That
if it
was
wasn't for
Talon.
me, which is a good and bad thing, I suppose. Fine, you do you. I'll just be ready to chop his head off. It's all good. I'll find him.
Cool. Let's do this. And with that, we go
Are we
to
doing
next.
it now, or is it
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
like
say.
11? Are we
We're going to
holding off on the stage 2 of this
Up to-
amazing plan?
Up to you guys, whatever you want to do. But yeah, we can leave it there if you like.
False trap
I've got to be up
and
at
head off.
5
Yeah,
tomorrow,
you're up early.
so yeah.
Yep.
I'm not
Let's,
whenever. Who knows? It's a mystery.
We'll end it there in the afternoon. Yeah, we'll end it there in the afternoon. Let's staying currently in the Siren Sit as you plan your next day, well, next session, I guess, or next moves, I'd say.
Evening.
Cool, and that's where we will end it
I
there.
think we need to moisten
Plan
up
ready.
some music.
A bit easier to plan for this time, Dodge.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, as long as you've got names on the spot, I have a general idea of what's in the city anyway. So yeah, we're good to go.
We plan for a TPK.
Could be.
Right. Thank you, viewers. Dodge. And everyone else.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, career in
See you
politics.
soon.
Bye.
Long gone, mate.
See you later.